All right, I hope everybody is having a great day today. Today is yeah, it's nasty out today. But what you gonna expect Central Texas during the springtime, right? It's always gonna be raining. So today I'm gonna be straight up honest, okay? And the truth might hurt some people. There's going to be a lot of people out there who are not going to make it. Um, obviously, I'm talking about like a big, like a really big long-term grid down, let's say EMP or nuclear war or something like that. Because let's be honest, we are looking more and more likely at that. Not saying that it's a guarantee, not saying that it's most likely going to happen, but with the events going on around the world, especially in Eastern Europe, and the potential of Taiwan and China, these are some of the things that we got to look at. And, you know, being part of the preparedness community, these are some of the big issues. These are some of the big topics. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of preppers that aren't going to make it. And let's go with ooh, let's go with the more optimistic turnout or possibility. And let's just focus on EMP, okay? I mean, nuclear war that could definitely bring in an EMP, but if the United States and let's say China were to go at it, okay, China's probably going to pop off an EMP or something similar because that's really the only way that they're going to be able to wage a war against us is they would have to disable our infrastructure pretty much. So let's just go with the topic of an EMP, okay? I know we're already 3 minutes in, so let's get into it. So there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to make it, right? Hopefully you're going to be one of the ones that makes it, but it's not a guarantee. We need to. This is where the truth is going to come in, and where the truth is going to hurt a little bit. Like I said, a lot of people are not going to make it. Okay, there's too many people that rely on medications, like life-saving medications, um, that come from China. Let's say we were to go into a war with them, right? Well, do you think China is still going to supply life-saving medications to their direct adversary? I don't think so. Not only that, but let's just say it is an EMP, and some of us have medications that need to be refrigerated. Well, what does a refrigerator require to continuously operate? Yeah, it's electricity. What would an EMP do? Like, let's say a proper EMP, what would that do? That will take out the electrical grid, meaning no more life saving medications that are refrigerated. So, saying that, there's going to be a lot of people who require these medications to continue living. They're not going to be able to take them. So, what's going to happen? They're not going to make it. They're going to die. The harsh reality, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to die. There's going to be people who just, oh, God dang it. who simply cannot handle extreme temperatures without climate control. So let's say we all know the elderly have a pretty big dying off in summertime and in wintertime. That's because they can't handle the heat, they can't handle the cold, they can't take the elements. So these are things that are to be expected. There's going to be other people that are not going to make it because of different factors. You've got people who rely on the grid too much. They have absolutely no survival skills or survival instincts whatsoever because they've lived in a world where they just simply do not need them. And they've been of the mindset for so long now that everything is going to stay the same. They're going to continuously have they're going to continuously have places like Walmart or the Lowe's or Home Depot or just general you know first world living accommodations. And I don't know if you really want to consider the United States to be a first world country at this point. It is in certain aspects, it isn't in others. There's going to be other factors that are going to take lives, and in a grid down, we all know about looting. We all know about gangs, all that kind of stuff. We all know it's going to happen. And then you're going to have Billy Badass. He's going to come out there and he's going to try to show who's who. And then Young Thug over there is going to take him out. And then Young Thug is going to feel like an even bigger badass now because he took out Billy Badass. He's going to go after his family. Or he's going to go after everybody else that Billy Badass was with, who's now dead. Going to be likely gang wars and shit like that. That's going to take lives. And even if there are, gang activities like that, which typically tend to target other other gangs. Um, even to this, even today, they've got stray bullets that hit, innocent bystanders. But now those gangs are probably going to be going after other people for their supplies, their things, just general essential things to continue living, bare minimum like food and water and shelter and shit like that. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a lot of violence, especially in the cities. Now, I ended up moving back to a city um, from the country. It's not a real big city, but it is a bigger city. It's a big enough city, and the crime in my city already is kind of up there. It's not. It's definitely not the safest. It's definitely not the safest city in Texas, but it does have a few things going for it, which I'm not going to disclose right now because I don't really want everybody knowing where I live, even though it's probably not all too hard to figure it out, but it is what it is, and I really don't give a shit. Kind of do, but I don't. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of death, a lot of violence, a lot of people just trying to scrape by, as they are right now, but it's going to be even worse. One thing that you can do right now, is identify the people in your community who are likely not going to make it. And guys, it is not entirely too hard to locate these people. And, you got a few different options that you can do with these people. And one of those options you can do right now, and that is if they don't already know about preparedness, maybe maybe educate them. Educate them without giving away your level of preparedness, but try to educate them. It'd be best to try to educate them while trying to stay as gray man as possible. And I know that is hard, that is difficult, and it'd probably take a little bit of rehearsal to try to figure out what to say to them without giving away what you're doing or how prepared you are for certain events. Because if you're successful at educating these people, then that's just going to be one less person on the street or in your neighborhood that you're going to have to worry about in an SHTF situation. And that's pretty much the one of the bigger goals to preparedness is to have less people to worry about. If you don't think that they're going to accept education on the topic, there's other things that you can do. You just assess who they are, what their personality is, who all lives in the residence, what is everybody like. If do you consider them a threat? Do you consider them to be passive? Do you consider them to be friendly? Whatever. Assess the situation at that household. Don't be creepy about it or anything, but figure out who you're going to be dealing with. And if they are going to be hostile, you need to have a plan to protect yourself, your family, all your things. If you think they're going to be neutral, odds are they're not going to be neutral for too long after shit hits the fan, because, well, sooner or later they're going to need to go into survival mode and they're not going to know what the fuck to do. So they could very well turn hostile, and you know, those who you think who are not capable of doing extreme violence, you never actually really know until the time comes. And that's another thing about being prepared is you have to be prepared to deal with somebody if they are being life-threatening towards you. Now, if at all possible, if the situation is hostile, then try to neutralize the target without lethal means. But if lethal means are completely necessary, then you got to do what you got to do to survive, to protect yourself, to protect your family, to protect your assets. Because at the end of the day, those are yours. And at the end of the day, it's your family's life and your life. So you got to do what's best. And again, it's like I said, beginning of the video, the truth is going to hurt. But some of these people who you think may or may not, some of these people who you may think are neutral or even may think that are even going to be friendly, keep an eye on them, because you never, ever know what's going to happen and what these people are truly capable of. Because some of these people who you think are not capable of being violent, guys, everybody has the ability for violence, okay? Everybody has the ability to take another life. Despite what you think, everybody has the ability to take another life, okay? Unless they are legless and armless, they have the ability to take a life, regardless of who you think that person is. Because extreme situations demand extreme actions. And you don't want to be held up at the wrong side of somebody else's extreme action, if you get what I'm saying. So assess the situation, assess who these people are, because knowing them, truly knowing them, can definitely help in the end. And potentially even these people who you don't think are going to be these people who you think will be violent or could become violent, right now, try developing a relationship with them. Don't let them know, what you have, or that you're a prepper or anything like that. Don't let them know any of that stuff, but try to be neighborly with them. Okay, because if the event does go down and you are friendly with these people, it lessens the chance that they'll become violent towards you, at least in the beginning. They might go after somebody else, but later on down the road, when push comes to shove, they could still turn violent towards you, but it could buy you some more time. That's the point of that one. It could buy you some more time. And in the end, that's what you're really trying for, is you're buying yourself more time. Some of these people that you think are going to be friendly, like I said, everybody has the potential of being violent. But these people who are friendly, if you are not, you know, neighborly with them now, try to become neighborly with these friendly people, because there's even more of a chance that they'll become a good asset for you later on in the future. Um, Even if they are not prepared or anything like that, you know, they still could hold potential skills that would help you out, or that would benefit you and your family and or your mag. But again, you don't need to tell these people what your level of preparedness is, or that you are prepared at all. You don't even need to educate them if you don't think they're going to take to the education. Um, you know, if you truly believe that they're not going to take to the education, I would recommend not even wasting your time on them, because that could be time that you're using to prepare yourself or to educate others, who you think will actually listen to the advice or listen to the information you're putting down. There's another thing that we got to think about though as well, and if you're like me, you're religious, you're spiritual. Um, Everything that you do has a consequence. Okay, and what I mean is where your morals are at. Okay, now if you don't want to listen to a bunch of religious, to any religious stuff, you can click off the video, because that's pretty much what's left of this one. But what you do here on Earth with the life that you've got right now, don't think that you're not going to answer for your actions. And if you think, oh well, I'm just going to be the person who is who is prepared right now, but you're willing to take a life just for the hell of it, and you're going to be that person, you're going to be that marauder, that raider, you're going to be that kind of person, and then you're just going to take shit that's not yours, and you're going to do bad to others yourself. Just remember, these actions, while yes, they could definitely keep you alive down here, don't think that you're not going to have to answer for these things. And that doesn't go for yourself. That goes for every person on this planet. We've all got to answer. We all have to explain our actions. When everything is said and done, everything is over for us down here. We're going to stand before God, and then we're going to see where we go. God knows where we're going. Don't let some stupid actions down here, because you don't know how to act, or you don't know morals. Don't think that that's not going to have consequences later on down the road. Even what you do in private, you're still going to have to answer for. There very well might be people out there who are going to turn to cannibalism because they don't have enough food, or they're not prepared, or anything like that. They don't have morals. They're going to eat another person. Well, at the end of their life, they're going to have to answer for that. This is what I'm saying, guys. The truth is going to hurt. Truth is painful. The truth is brutal. But it's the truth. Your level of preparedness is important. Other people's level of preparedness is also very important. Like I said, if you can't get other people prepared, try to educate them. If you can't educate them, assess them. Are they going to be a threat? If they are, take notes, make a plan, and figure out what you're going to do when the time comes if you have to end up dealing with these people. Because you don't want to be dead in the ditch because of some stupid actions that you did or didn't do. Other than that, guys, this video is a long one. I'm going to end it right here, so I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.